study the amino acids structure, then the proteins are polymers of amino acids, with each amino acid residue joined to its neighbor by a specific or a special type of covalent bond called protein. Covalent bond which makes the protein. Okay, and the proteins can be broken down to their constituent amino acids by a variety of methods. That is, by heating or by by treating with acids, we can dissociate this protein into its constituent amino acids. Okay. 20 amino acids are commonly found in proteins. The first to be discovered was asparagine. Asparagine is the first amino acid discovered. I will tell you the names of 20 amino acids, but before that, the first amino acid discovered was asparagine. In 1806, it was discovered in 1806. The last of the 20 to be found was threonine in 1938. Threonine was the last amino acid discovered. All amino acids have trivial or common names, in some cases derived from the source from which they were first isolated. The glycine, one of the simplest amino acids, was named because of its sweet taste. Glycine, glycose means sweet. That's why they are named. Then the asparagine, it was named asparagine because it is originated from asparagus. The first amino acid, asparagine, was isolated from asparagus. Asparagus, shadavari. It is isolated from that plant, so it is named asparagine. Okay, glycine, it is named glycine because of its sweet. So different amino acids are named in different ways. Okay, but all the amino acids are having a particular name. Okay, and a particular the name may be derived from its because of its nature, because of its taste, or from which they first isolated. Okay. Next is about the basic structure of amino acids. Okay, basic structure of amino acid. All the 20 of common amino acids are alpha amino acids. Why they are alpha amino acids? An alpha amino acid consists of a central carbon atom called alpha carbon. You can see the central carbon atom. This carbon atom is called alpha carbon atom. In this alpha carbon atom, different groups are linked with the 4 different molecules. You can see the 4 different molecules are linked with the central carbon atom called alpha carbon atom. That's why, because of the presence of alpha carbon atom, all amino acids are called alpha amino acids. And this alpha carbon atom is linked to, in this end, linked to an amino group, and in this end a carboxylic acid group, and in the top it is a hydrogen atom, and in the bottom you can see the R group. R group means it is a group which is different in all amino acids. Okay, all the 3 groups, that is the carboxylic group, C double bond O, C double bond O, OH, carboxylic acidic group is called acid group. Then this is called the amino group, NH2 group or NH3 plus group. This is a hydrogen. All the 3 units are common to all the 20 amino acids, and the 20 amino acids are different in the R group. The R group is different in different amino acids. They differ from each other in their side chain or R group. This R group is also called side chain or R group, which varies in structure, size and electric charge, which influence the solubility of amino acids and properties of amino acids. All the properties of amino acids are because of this, the type of side chain or the R group present in it. Okay, some side chains are acidic, or some side chains are basic, or some side chains are having both acidic and basic, and some are neutral. So this side chain determines the properties of amino acids. Okay. Okay, with 4 different groups connected to the tetrahedral alpha, the structure is tetrahedral alpha carbon atom. The alpha amino acids are chiral. Okay. Here this the geometrical shape is a tetrahedral shape, and you have already studied in your chemistry. It is a tetrahedral, that is CH4. The carbon atom is what CH4 is a tetrahedral like that. Here it is linked with the 4 different groups, the central alpha carbon atom. So this because the central carbon atom is linked with the 4 different groups, the central carbon atom is a chiral center with 4 different groups connected to the tetrahedral alpha carbon atom. The alpha amino acids are chiral, and the 4 different groups can occupy in 2 unique spatial arrangements. Okay, that is the 4 different molecules around the central carbon atom can occupy 2 different spatial arrangements. That is, in space they can arrange in 2 ways. So the amino acids are having 2 isomers or 2 mirror images forms are called L isomers and D isomers. Since this L and D isomers are non-superimposable mirror images of each other, the 2 forms represent a class of stereoisomers called enantiomers. Okay, what are enantiomers? I think you have all studied in your chemistry. Enantiomers or enantiomerism or stereoisomerism. Stereoisomerism means when a plane polarized light passes through a molecule, then they can rotate the path of the light to right or left. Okay, dextrorotatory levo. That's a D and L. So like that here also, because the isomers are two isomers are non-superimposable mirror images, they are called enantiomers. Okay, this is the basic structure of amino acid. You can see the alpha carbon atom is a chiral except for glycine, because the glycine is having hydrogen atom. Okay, the glycine is, why the glycine is simplest? It is having hydrogen atom on its side chain. No side chain, it's not having any side chain, it's having only hydrogen atom. So it's not having 4 different molecules. It is having 3 different molecules, 1 carboxyl group, 1 amino group, and 2 hydrogen groups. So except glycine, all amino acids are alpha carbon atoms are chiral except for glycine. Okay. This is structure of amino acids. You can see the carboxyl group, amino group, and hydrogen group. Okay, you can represent COO2 minus or NH3 plus or CO3 NH2. Okay, in both way you can write. This is a chirality. You can see the mirror images. Okay, the chiral objects non-superimposable mirror images. The chiral objects forms non-superimposable mirror images, and the achiral or the non-chiral objects forms superimposable mirror images. You can superimpose. This can superimpose on this. This can superimpose, but this cannot superimpose on. So our amino acids are like this. They form non-superimposable mirror images. So they are called enantiomers. So this is spatial arrangement of amino, the 2D arrangement of amino acids, the different groups on amino acids or different groups on the central carbon atom. Okay. The stereoisomerism, already they are called enantiomers or stereoisomers. One of the most important consequences of this asymmetric alpha carbon atom is that it gives rise to a chiral center and the presence of 2 isomers, mirror images. The 2 forms are known as L and D amino acids. All naturally occurring amino acids found in protein belongs to the L absolute configuration. The C alpha atom is asymmetric or chiral or optically active molecule except for glycine. The D and L stereoisomers of any amino acids have identical properties with 2 exceptions. They rotate the plane polarized light in opposite directions, and they exhibit different reactivity with asymmetric reagents. This latter point is important in protein synthesis, where D amino acids are effective inhibitors. So all the naturally occurring amino acids found in living systems are having a single configuration, that is L. So mirror images, L-alanine, D-alanine. Okay, that's all about today.